Does Mushoku Tensei really deserve all the praises it gets? Hey guys, hope all of you are doing good. I can't believe it's already been a year since I restarted my YouTubing journey. Time sure flies. On that note, today I will be doing something a little different and tell you guys how I feel about Mushoku Tensei. I will be covering till part 1 of the second season, so if you aren't caught up, don't watch this video. With all that being said, let's jump into it. Mushoku Tensei is a story about a 34-year-old man who got bullied so badly during his teen days that he became a shut-in and died by trying to save someone. So life gives him another chance and he gets reincarnated in a different world as Rudius Greyrat, the newborn son of Paul and Zenith Greyrat. This is a story of Rudy becoming a better person by overcoming his past traumas and striving to live his new life to the fullest. Simple premise, right? Well, no, because this show offers a little something for everyone, from bittersweet romance to high-voltage fights, from smoking hot elf girls to badass dragon gods. Mushoku Tensei never bore its audience. One of the biggest complaints some people have about this story is actually regarding Rudy and how horny he is, especially in the beginning. However, they forget that Rudy is someone who was a freaking shut-in most of his previous life, and did nothing but hardcore otaku stuff. So him being socially awkward is to be expected, and this is one of the obstacles that Rudy slowly overcomes as he matures. My poor boy even suffered from ED due to a huge misunderstanding between him and Eris, but he got over it like a true Chad, with the help of Sylphie, of course. We cultured men have no reason to complain over some horniness when the Greyrat family has shown us that one should be proud of being horny. In fact, horniness is one of the main traits of the Greyrats. Also, I just realized for some reason I'm sounding a lot like Garnt aka Gigguk. Most isekai anime these days have a common trope of having a very gifted and overpowered MC. Mushoku Tensei has one too, but the difference is that even though Rudy is gifted and very strong, he isn't invincible. His brief clash with Orsted showed that he still has a long way to go if he wants to reach the top. Rudy would have died if Nanahoshi didn't stop Orsted at the last moment. Rudy is still traumatized by that, and is trying to overcome his fear of Orsted. Rudy was born with all the potential to be a genius, but he went through rigorous training to utilize his potential, and Roxy is one of the individuals who helped him with his training. She is Rudy's first magic teacher, and probably one of the most influential people of his life. I mean, my guy still worships her underwear like a holy relic, which he stole as a kid. This show has done justice to the trope of a genius MC, because throughout the story so far Rudy has struggled and lost in many fights. Mushoku Tensei is all about Rudy overcoming his struggle and becoming a better person. He has been bullied to death in his previous life, so obviously he is still traumatized by many things. However, he is slowly leaving his past experiences behind and becoming normal, like when Rudy went outside alone for the first time and Paul encouraged him from behind. That was a huge deal for Rudy because he was a shut-in, and in that moment he decided to give life another shot, and conquered his biggest fear with the help of his father. The part where he decided to become a tutor for Sylphie's sake was also beautiful, because this was the point where he truly started caring for others. Another epic moment is when Rudy promised to help Richard, because Rudy finally understood the meaning of friends and friendship. The time they spent together journeying from place to place and sharing life-threatening experiences formed a great bond between them and made Rudy see Richard as a friend who needed help. There are countless great moments in Mushoku Tensei that showcase Rudy's struggles and growth, like Mana Calamity, the clash between Rudy and Orsted, the misunderstanding between him and Eris, the Nanahoshi revelation, and Rudy getting over his ED issue. However, my personal favorite is the moment where Rudy reunited with Paul after many years. Rudy was overwhelmed by all sorts of emotions and tried avoiding Paul, because he probably knew he can't control himself if they talked, and that's exactly what happened. Rudy vented everything he endured all those years at Paul. It showed that even though he was putting up a brave up front for the sake of Eris, he was still suffering from inside, and he started blaming Paul for everything when they talked, like a true kid. This moment was just pure gold, and it's one of the reasons why I like Mushoku Tensei so much, because it beautifully showcases that Rudy is a very flawed person, but he is growing to be better with every step he is taking. Nothing is really ever useless in the world of Mushoku Tensei. If there's someone or something in a scene, then that means the story needed it to be there. A great example of this would be Nanahoshi. No one in their wildest dream would have thought that the mob character we saw few glimpses of in the first episode would later on become such an important part of the story. The world of Mushoku Tensei is too deep and very well constructed. It's mind-boggling to think how the author created multiple different languages just for one story. The power system, the races, the world politics, languages, currency, food, literally everything in Mushoku Tensei is so detailed that one can't help but get immersed in them. There's probably no isekai world as immersive as this, and I can talk hour after hour about it, because that's how charming the world of Mushoku Tensei is. Another great aspect of Mushoku Tensei is all its side characters and their stories. Be it Hidegami or a simple mob character, everyone has a story, and we get to experience them in various ways. Like how Nanahoshi was summoned to this world instead of being reincarnated like Rudy, or how Lisa is cursed to be horny and can die if she tries suppressing her desire, or how Orsted is cursed to be hated and feared by everyone, or the story of the random little girl who gets hurt while clearing snow, and Rudy ends up healing her. Literally everyone has a story to tell, and they aren't bland or boring, so every second of Mushoku Tensei is as amazing and enjoyable as they can get. The journey of this grand tale is an unspeakable experience of countless emotions, from the sorrowful moment of Rudy's death in his past life, to his wholesome proposal to marry Sylphie. From the spirited first step of Rudy outside, to the heart-piercing reunion between him and Paul. From the nerve-wracking fight with Orsted, to the fun adventures of Rudy, Eris, and Richard. Mushoku Tensei is a story that gives the audience an epic ride filled with all sorts of emotions. Words can't describe how great of an anime Mushoku Tensei actually is. Studio Bind came out of nowhere and gave us a banger of a show in the winter of 2021, with top-notch animation, top-notch voice acting, top-notch music, and they continued their great work with Season 2, as well. In fact, I would say Mushoku Tensei is the best animated TV anime of the modern era. It's a show that makes people reflect upon their lives, teaches them how to be a better person, gives them hope that they can do it too, and it's a show that many people can relate with. So yeah, I don't care how many people have said this before me, I'm gonna say this again, Mushoku Tensei deserves every freaking bit of praise it gets, if not more. Anyways, thanks for watching everyone. If you like my video, then check out some of my other videos. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, or leave a comment if you want to say something. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, or check out my Facebook page. Links are given in the description. Until then, see ya.